it's me again. This is my day 59 entry for my project. In case you're wondering why I'm leaning over like this, I it was my sister told me and Rani that they hear some ringing in the videos, and maybe it's because of the earphones that I'm using. So yeah, I'm not gonna use that anymore. But I have to speak really quietly because it's still early and I don't want to disturb anyone. Okay, so that's a very on a related note. How do you think today's prompt is? How do you think your um, closest friends perceive you? Well, I would say that they would perceive me as someone who is, I would say, shy. I mean, I'm not shy around my friends, but I think that's the first impression that people often have. But as a close friend, I would, coming from a close friend, I think they would say something like, I'm the type of person who is very private and likes to keep to myself. I think so. I don't overshare. I don't like oversharing things, unless your family or really, really close people. Well, yeah, close people, then I would share. I don't know. I don't know. It's hard. But I would say the that's my guess. That would be my guess. I'm more of like a listener, you know. I don't I don't particularly like talking about myself, and that's why I don't like oversharing personal things. Yeah. So maybe that's what they would say. Okay. That's a lame answer. I would say though that if you would consider my supervisor a close friend or someone who knows me really well, he has given me a recommendation letter before, and it has to be like online, and so I was able to read it because sometimes when you ask for a recommendation letter, it needs to be a sealed letter, but this one I was able to read his recommendation letter, and he said that I'm the type of person who can help in a very difficult in difficult situations. That made me really happy. He would often, I remember him, he would often say to people that that despite having a small physique, he would say I have a small trunk, like a small tree trunk, that I do not shy away from doing physically exerting tasks. I would still help. I would still do it. And I guess does that count as a close friend? I mean, I've worked for him and with him for several years, so I guess that counts. My husband would say also, is he a close friend? Of course he is. But he would say also that I am, and his mom would say that I am relentless and persevering. Yeah, my mother-in-law, in fact, said, introduced me to this Spanish expression, contra viento y marea. It means against the wind and the tides, and she told me that when I was able to defend my dissertation, because it's been a long journey. I've tried to defend my bases many times. Like I've traveled to the Philippines, what, twice to defend. The first one, I had to come back again to the US because we received, while I was there, we received a notice for my green card interview, and I didn't want to miss that because how can I ask for a reschedule, So yeah, I had to be back here, and so I went back here, and my defense got delayed. And then the second time I went there, the pandemic happened, and yeah, it was just a difficult and stressful situation to be in, and so I had to fly back right away, because my husband and I were afraid that if I don't leave soon enough, I will be stuck in there. And then when I finally had my schedule for the defense, there was a super typhoon that happened in the Philippines, and so all the internet connection, the electricity took like a week, I would say, or 2 weeks, 2 weeks to be back up again, and that delayed it again. And then yeah, so I guess I digress. But yeah, contra viento y marea, maybe some people perceive me as relentless and persevering. I babbled on again. I'm so sorry. This happens when I don't have an outline. I just tend to talk and talk and talk. Anyway, I'll see you on my next video for today's prompt, which is day 60. Okay, I'll see you there. See you there. Bye.